Finally, man, I've been trying to get you on here for like 2 years, so
man,
appreciate it, my boy, my boy.
Had to come through.
Of course, man. I ain't gonna get into these yet because you got some heat right here, but I am gonna get into because I remember the first time I met you, we was hooping.
Yeah,
came out there, you was out there like KG, arms long as hell. So I gotta ask, because I know Devin Booker, your boy.
Yeah.
How'd you feel when you first seen him? Because everybody had mixed reviews. Some people loved him. Then when you figure out that he was trying to make it an on-court, off-court shoe, it kind of made it look a little different. But how'd you feel about it, especially Booker being your boy?
To be honest, man, I think it's an off-court shoe. You know?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing about the shoe that I think is like bad, but I just don't see how it's a hoop shoe.
A performance shoe, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Every time I see them, I'm just like, you know, they cool. I hear a lot of hate towards them, though.
I do too.
I think the hate is unnecessary because I feel like if he had just put them on and he wasn't hooping on them, they'd be cool.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But hoop shoe, I think Nike could have gave him
a better shoe.
They gonna come with something different.
I was gonna say, I hope for sure. Because they need somebody after LeBron's gone. Obviously, LeBron, the way he playing, he don't look like he's slowing down no time soon.
Right, yeah.
KD still there, but they already got rid of PG, Kyrie gone. So it's like Ja and Booker. Y'all got to give them something to make. I ain't a Nike guy, so I don't care. But like for the people who do wear Nike, they got to give them something that we can be joyful for. Like, because right now, like you said, the book. When I first seen it, I was like, I don't like it. Like when I seen it on Instagram. Then when I see him walking through the tunnel with him, I'm like, if he would have put them on as a fit and walked through the tunnel, we would have went crazy.
Because they match him like how he is, his demeanor. He be cool, so they like a cool, laid back type of shoe.
For sure.
But it ain't no shoe where I gotta put the D-Book ones on. I'm about to drop 30. You know what I mean? Like I'm like honestly, when I seen them Anthony Edwards, especially the All-Star Weekend joints, I'm like, them is hard. And then now they keep dropping colorways. I see people trying to wear them off court.
Yeah.
But you know for sure on court, them joints is, you know. I like them.
I think AE gonna mess around and I ain't gonna put it on him and be like the face of the league, but like he gonna be the face of Adidas because right now I think it's Hart. I think Hart is the face of Adidas. AE might be right there, and they still got Dame and other people there, but like
I think right now
AE might be that guy. When I go hoop, I see the blue ones, the peach ones. I know I got the All-Star ones. I know somebody else, one other person with them, but like you said, when they drop a colorway, they go flying off the rack.
He got the McDonald All-Star one too with the two colors.
Crazy.
I'm like,
it remind me of when T-Mac did it for the All-Star.
Oh yeah.
That's what they remind me of. Yeah. I just hope, man. Like you said, I hope they give Booker something, man. That part too.
Yeah. It's book one, man.
So we'll see. And that's what I keep telling people. Like, man, they supposed to. You can't start off with what the 7 supposed to look like. They supposed to get better throughout the year. So. You know, we'll see though. He is in Phoenix, so they got to give him something.
Yeah, he gonna get something.
I think his best colorway might have been that the throwback one that he did for the All-Star.
Oh
when it was in Phoenix.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's hard. I would wear them off the court, put a fit on with them. Them is comfy.
Yep.
But hooping, I don't see it.
I know everybody wanted a signature shoe. I was like, man, you should have just did a signature off-court shoe and kept hooping.
Kept going.
That would have been cold. But forget Booker, bro. I gotta know. We got you in the, not even just J's, but just shoes in general. Because when I first, like I said, when I met you on the court, you had some Hirachis on. Then I see you had some J's on. Then he was going to school. I'm like, he got some heat on. Wait a minute.
Man. To be honest, man, it really started with my family. You know, my older brother, you know, he was growing up in the Mike era. You know, so his prime teenage years, these was dropping like regular shoes. It wasn't a retro.
Yep.
You know, and I was just fortunate enough to be a baby at the time. So of course, if my mom get him a pair, I just get the baby version of it. And my mom she wasn't like in the shoes like the shoe really didn't matter, but she was definitely had her style.
Yep.
You know, she used to have the starter coats, a lot of urban fits. You know, just real pretty girly with it, but she had like shoes to match the fit. She didn't always have to wear no heels or something like that. And I think just being around that, my brother and his friends, and just that kind of just grew on me. So I just kind of stayed with it.
Yep.
You know,
I think that's how it is when I everybody be like, why are you so into Adidas? Because when Corey went and got some T-Max, he would give me the 7Y T-Max. Like, and then I just was like, you know, I was growing up wearing Adidas. I'm gonna just keep wearing Adidas, and that's kind of how it happened for me too. So I just know, like I said, when I used to, I'm like, man, he got them too.
Yeah.
I was like, he got those too. I'm like, hold on, man, what's the bag, man?
It wasn't always that sweet. Like, so I was born in '94, so '94, I think that was like, I think the Retro 10s came out, the Air Jordan 10s. They was dropping them. They came in different colorways. The first pair of shoes I remember wearing, like, there's a baby picture of me, like Jordans, with a Bred 11s.
Okay.
And I think that was like 95. So then like 95, 96, 97, that's like the 10s, the 11s, the 12s, and the 13s. So there's a baby picture I got out there where I got the flu games on.
Yep.
You know, I had the first pair of shoes that I ever learned how to tie was some Chutney 13s, the black and brown joints. And I got a picture of them too with some heavy tube socks. Like, first day of school, man. But, you know, moms had the grease on my face crazy. I had the braids going. But I was just blessed to be a baby in that time, you know. And my shoes wasn't expensive. Like now, I don't know how much a baby paying for these, or how, you know how the game work now.
Oh, crazy.
But it got like a reality check. So like once the 2000s hit, my brother was like 18, so he was out the house. So he moved back to Chicago, and these wasn't coming no more. Man, I remember like every summer I used to go back to Chicago and stay at my granny house. So my mom, she used to buy me shoes, but she wasn't buying me the J's no more. So I remember one time she came with a pair of Skechers, and she came with some N1 shoes. Now the N1 shoes,
fire at the time.
You know, I had no problem with them, but the other shoes I wasn't wearing them because, you know, you can't. You know who, you know. So
for sure.
I remember, man, I used to go to Chicago, and I was fortunate enough. My brother, he used to work at Foot Locker out there, and then my granny, she used to buy me a pair of shoes, whatever pair of shoes I wanted. So my mom would kind of be mad that I would only wear the shoes when I get out there and not, you know. So you know, the OGs always got to try to teach you a lesson, man. So I remember one time she grilled it in me like, you better wear these shoes when you go out there, man. And I put on them Skechers, man. And bro, I remember my brother took me. We went to this park, man, and he was hooping. And I ain't never been grilled so heavily, man. Man, it still got some. It still got some.
That's why I started laughing, because I'm looking at you like you could tell it hurt at the time, and now he's thinking about it. It hurt right now.
Yeah, it did, bro. It did, man. But it's all good because he got me them AI, like they was like some Air Force Ones, low top, them AI 3s. So you know they had that Jadakiss commercial in joint. It was like where he dropped the gem on the joint. But man, that transition where like these was coming, but I wasn't even really old enough to appreciate it. Then by the time I really got interest in shoes, it was like, no, you're gonna wear it when I get you. And it was like, yeesh, yeah, it was crazy, man.
So like, I know, like for me, it was the Mount Zion, the T-Mac Mount Zion. It was for his high school. When you was a kid, was there a Jordan? It don't even have to be a Jordan. It could be an AI. It could be whatever it was. Was there a shoe that you had when you was a kid, or wanted when you was a kid, that you had to make sure when you got older, it was like, I got to get them?
As a kid, I think it was definitely the Iversons, the I3s. Man, yeah, the answers, the white and black joints. Man, you know, that AI at the time, you know, that early 2000 era, that was my dude. I mean, that whole 2000 era, from the way rap was, the culture, you had the baggy joints, the jerseys, you had the headbands with the do-rags, you had the long bands,
big chains.
Bro, like, I was wearing that. Obviously, I ain't had the jewelry, but I was wearing the I3 wristband with a headband, with a do-rag, looking like Fabulous.
I remember I had the KG finger band on.
Oh, yeah.
Not even hooping.
Yeah, man. I had like this alphabet calendar with Allen Iverson, man. I remember that. That was super hard. So it was definitely the answers, man. The white and black joints.
Was AI like for me, it was Kobe. So was AI your GOAT? Not your GOAT, but was that your guy? Like,
yeah, it was my guy.
I want AIs.
And it's crazy too, because you know, like my brother, like I said, he grew up in the Jordan era. So like everything in the room, everything in the house was Jordan. You know, he had the Jordan shoes, he had the posters. He used to have these VHS tapes where it'd be like tutorials from Jordan. You know, he'd show you little dribble moves and stuff like that. I remember he used to watch them joints, but I just remember I was watching one game and it happened to be the 76ers. I don't know who they was playing. It was like on ABC. And I just remember watching Iverson. I just like how he had the braids, he had the sleeve, the tattoos.
I like AI because he didn't care.
He didn't care. I'm like, man, who is this dude? He killing. And I just kind of gravitated towards him for sure.
That's how it was with me and Kobe. Because, like you said about your brother having everything in the house, he had T-Max. He had T-Max cards and shirts and the armbands.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen Kobe one day. I was like, nah. I don't know what it is, but I'm rocking with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like T-Max still one of my favorites, but it was like Kobe was like, I'm gonna score on you. I might not say nothing, but if I do, you gonna hear about it too. Like, and then I'm gonna go to the podium and say, "Job not finished." Like, I ain't done yet.
Yeah.
So I know, like I said, first time I seen you was hooping at the old spot. And you was hooping, because I know you played in high school and stuff, middle school. What was you hooping in?
I was definitely hooping in Mike's. I don't even remember. I don't remember wearing nothing else. Oh man, 2003, 2004, I did hoop in some Dadas. Y'all know that if you know, you know them Dadas with the spinners and the sneakers, and every time you step, they spin. Man, them joints, they was elite at first. I got them for Christmas, but after a time, they start to wear out. So like when you stumping in them, you hear like this gasp of air, but the wheels ain't spinning. So it became like, damn, man, I hate walking in these. Yeah, man.
Oh man, yeah. Like I said, I used to, obviously everybody know all I wear is Adidas, so like I was like, I need to go get this or go get this. You only hooped in J's, like you never seen the AIs. Like I'm about to hoop in some AIs.
No, the last pair of AIs I had, it was probably like 2002, 2003, and I didn't start really hooping until I was like third or fourth grade. So that's like 2003, 2004. So I wasn't wearing any AIs then. It was all Mike's. Yep.
I think the questions, my boy.
No, them is hard.
Them bad boys. And every time they drop, I'll be like, oh my God, I want to do it. I ain't gonna do it, but I want to do it. But now them, I think AI, man. I think AI gets so much like, I don't want to say hate because a lot of the OGs or the old heads, they still respect them. But I think AI was supposed to be like, I don't know, because he was already on another level, but it's still like something about how people talk about AI that I don't like. I don't know if it's because like I said, he didn't care. Like he's sitting on the bench, his auntie's doing his hair. That was just like, I would have did it, but it was like the fact that he don't care what nobody else say. He remind me of
Anthony Edwards?
Because Anthony Edwards would go to the podium and cuss.
Oh yeah, he just
tell people he don't care, and he just be like, then he'd be like, bro, I'm not a media trained dude. I'm me. Like I know I'm gonna get fined for it, but I can't change who I am, and that's how I think AI was too. Like I'm gonna come in here with these tattoos. I'm gonna give y'all favorite player 30, and I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, I remember LeBron said that though. He said when they were talking about people. I think it was LeBron. I feel like it was LeBron, but somebody was saying like how people that really changed the game, and they talked about Mike. They talked about Allen Iverson. He was talking about Allen Iverson is the reason why people wearing arm sleeves in the league. I mean, to me, you know, I definitely feel that. You know, I feel like he changed the game a lot, just as far as it goes, what you can wear to a game. They even changed the rules. Remember, it's like you had to wear the suit and all that.
They was trying their hardest to diminish what AI was doing, but he was bringing a different flavor to the league. I was like, man, y'all can't be mad at that. He's trying to be himself, but I know like Jordans when they started going to the stores and the prices was getting out of hand. Did you ever camp out? You ain't never do nothing crazy for no J's?
Never camped out for no J's, man. I will talk about when I knew the era was over, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, there was a time, like, even when my brother was getting shoes, but there was a time, like, where I was able to get shoes before the school year. So, like, August time, you'll go to Foot Locker. I remember my freshman year in high school, man, we went to the Foot Locker in Midway. You know, this shoe shopping, back to school. Man, I remember Foot Locker had the Retro 1 DMPs on the shelf just sitting there. And it wasn't like, oh, they got these on the shelf. Like, how's nobody? At the time, they was just there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, yeah, man, I want to get these. So they came with the bread ones, the OG bread ones. Oh, no, they weren't the OG bread ones, but they was the bread ones. And then they came with the like that Boston Celtic colorway, the white, black, and green. Yep. And then on the inside of the tongue, it had the date and it had how much Jordan scored in that game on each shoe. Because it was one was the Bulls, and the other one was the Celtics. And so like it came in this double. It was like this one big box with the double shoes in it. So I mean, I remember my mom paid like $225 for that. And you think about it, bro. That was like, to me, that was like the last time, or maybe the next year too. I got these in the DMP pack. So 2010, this was the last DMP pack. You could just walk in the Foot Locker and grab a pair of DMPs. So I remember me and my homie Vaughn, we grabbed these. We had this pair, the Raptors, and it came with the Orlando Magics. Okay. So that was like $225 for the two pair. But 2011, when them Concords dropped, that's when it changed for real, man. I remember like I was in Chicago when they dropped, and I wasn't used to the camping out and everything selling out like that. So I remember I'm like, my granny and my brother, they took me to the mall, and I'm thinking I'm gonna just grab a pair. Bro, they had police out, people walking out the stores with the Concords in their feet. Man, I had one of my big homies out there. I had tried to call him. Was like, man, I'm trying to get a pair of these Concords. He like, man, I'll try to check around, but it's looking real tight, and I ain't know that was going. I thought it was just like, okay, this a Holly favorite shoe, so I feel it. I ain't know that was going to be the culture trend for the rest, and I'm like, man, bro. Once it got to that point, I just was like, when I started getting pairs when I got a little older and could buy my own, but it was a drought for me at that point, because I'm like, I'm not doing all that extra stuff.
So like, the sneaker game didn't change so much. Mm-hmm. Everybody getting a shoe or doing a collab on a shoe. Mm-hmm. Where do you think the sneaker game is now? Like, you think it's kind of watered down? Like I wouldn't, like, watered down might be a little extreme, but like when you got people like, and I'm not knocking none of these people, but like everybody got a shoe. So Kanye did his thing. So like Kanye, my thing with Kanye is he came and he did something new. Mm-hmm. Like Travis Scott got a shoe, but it's the same shoe that we had before. He just switched the swoosh. Mm-hmm. Beyonce, she was with Adidas, so she had her own shoe. Mm-hmm. So like, where you think is that now? Because like even Billie Eilish, and again, this ain't a knock at nobody. Billie Eilish got a shoe with Jordan.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. See, I don't even be knowing all this. I just I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know if there's a true culture to shoes anymore. Right. It's almost everything is commercialized. I feel like there was a time where a lot of art, a lot of effort was put into the shoe. As far as it goes, is how the shoe was made, the material, and the marketing. You know what I mean? I feel like now they don't really have to sell the shoe. It's such a, with social media, we just sell the shoe. So if somebody wearing them, we like, oh, I got to get them too.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't know. It's just, that was just a culture, man. And it's a lot of shoe stores that you can go to, man. It used to be this store called Roberts. I believe that was in Minneapolis. So I used to get some back to school shoes from there. I'd get some high top Air Force Ones, some mid Air Force Ones, some low tops, but they just had them on the shelf. I feel like now, I mean, look at Foot Locker now, bro. It ain't even the same. Like, you go to Foot Locker now, you basically,
you going in there for some Timbs.
That's it. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
And I think the biggest issue with the sneaker game might be the resellers, because you have some people who like actually buying shoes because they love the shoes. Like, I'm sure there's a shoe, maybe one of these shoes that you just love, like you needed to have or whatever. Yeah. And you can't even get them no more because the resellers just got bots or whatever the case may be, and they buying 10 pair and then reselling them for $200, $300, $3,000 more than what they was. And you want them so bad, you're gonna buy them. So that kind of diminished the.
Yeah, the reseller definitely did that. I'm gonna be honest. Every shoe that I got here right now, I bought off a resale. Yep. Except for these. I was fortunate enough, man. I was out of town, went to Cali. Okay. And man, I was looking at all the stores out there on Melrose. So I think I went to Flight Club. They had like a whole bunch of different shoe stores. They ain't had these. I come back to home. Urban Jungle had a pair of these, and they put them online, and they were selling them for $200. And it was a used pair. I'm like, oh, I gotta get these. These are my favorite pair of Jordans of all time. Right. Especially, Space Jam, growing up watching that as a kid. But like everything else, like was super taxed, you know. And it's like I ain't really know the resale game, so I was just like, I want to get my shoe because I like it. I'm willing to pay whatever it is. I ain't realize how much I was being taxed over the head for them. You know what I mean? So even trying to sell them now, it's like I would never make what I sold,
Right.
you know. And so like that's why I'm like I'm out the game for that, you know.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who was in it heavy, like they were sneakerheads, whatever, and they kind of chill back. Now they only get either what's comfortable, what they like, because like I said, man, the resellers is knocking people's heads off for them. And I get it, get your money. I ain't saying don't resell, but I'm just like, I'm not trying to buy it to sell it. I'm buying it because I want to put them on my feet.
That part.
And I think a lot of people got away from that, where it was just kind of like, I don't want to do it no more, which is cool, but it is what it is. But I know for a period of time he was putting out music. Like I said, Travis Scott had a shoe, whatever, Rail. Pretty much anybody who can sell an album can go get a shoe right now. 2 Chainz was with Versace, all that, cool. Who you think is next? Like J. Cole had a shoe. They ain't gonna give somebody else a shoe. That's kind of
like you mean like do like a brand deal or like they own?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love. I was gonna say, but J. Cole's shoe, I don't know if it's a lifestyle shoe or what. So like, I who knows? Because J. Cole, one day he might be overseas hooping, and then the next day he performing on stage. I like his shoe because you could tell it's a J. Cole shoe. Just like with the Devin Booker, if he wore it off, it looked like it's his. Like, so I'll just be sitting here thinking like, dang, who's next in the music game or that whatever that world that can put out a shoe and it can sell? Because obviously, you know, Travis Scott put a shoe out, they gonna fly off the sites.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of tough, man. Believe it or not, I feel like the people that I really listen to, they already got their shoe.
Yeah.
So Kendrick, you know, he got his joint. Cole got his joint. Hove got his joints. Drake got his joints. You know, the big people that I would leave and listen to got their joints. Does Wale got a shoe?
No.
That's crazy because Wale should have actually had like a ACG or Air Max.
He should have had a shoe like 10 years ago when he was walking out with the foam runners with the
you know what
he should have been with Travis Scott. And I wouldn't even want him to do it with Jordan. I would want him to do it like with Nike alone or Adidas alone. I don't want him to be.
I don't think he would have did with them because DMV they do their own, like they got the New Balance, they rock the ACGs and all that. So I feel like he would have definitely linked with Nike if anybody, because he was the Nike Boost joint. You know what I mean?
And that's why I think if he would have did it, he did that like one off that he did with WWE. It was like the Intercontinental. It was like a ASIC.
Okay,
that was cool, but it was still like, man, the way he coming out, like for me, like I said, I wear Adidas, so if I see the AEs, I got the AEs because Anthony Edwards is my second favorite player behind Dame. It just so happened to be that they both were Adidas, so of course I'm gonna get the shoe.
What's up?
I feel like if Wale would have came, Wale like my second or third favorite artist behind J. Cole for sure. So it's like if he would have came out with a shoe, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but I would have sent it to you like, hey, you see those new Wale's that just dropped with Nike? You should grab those so we can see them in person, like something like that. But I don't know, man. It just be weird. Then sports wise, they talking about Shea might get a shoe. They don't know if it's gonna be with. I think he with Converse right now.
Yeah, I mean, I seen Converse shoes, and they not that bad.
They not
that bad.
They not.
That's actually surprising.
I just know like his contract is supposed to be coming up, and they saying he might leave.
Oh, he might leave Converse?
So if he leave, they already saying he in conversation with people. So I'm like, is Shea the next superstar? Like, is Nike gonna pull him in to help that next wave? That's why I think they do stuff in waves. Like everybody always be like, why AD didn't get it? I think it's because one, he's a big man. He might not be as marketable.
Oh, Anthony Davis?
Yeah. So not now. They're not saying he should get one now, but I'm saying they always before was like, why he don't got his own shoe? I think you had like the Kobe's, you had LeBron, you had KD. It was like a wave. Now they obviously closer on their way out. So now you got to get like Booker, Ja. Like if he go there, I think he'd be like that third three-headed monster over there with Nike. Which might be nice because Shea's like.
Yeah, he's nice, man. I just don't know. I don't know what they be on as far as it goes as shoes anymore with Nike. I think the last, like the coldest era that Nike was really putting shoes together was for Kyrie.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Because the way AE got everybody in the check right now is with Kyrie. But every year, and I think the reason why Kyrie was so cold it's because of his collabs. He had it with the cereal.
Mm-hmm.
He had it with SpongeBob. Like when I was working at Foot Locker when the SpongeBob's came out. They was when the cereal ones came out, the checks and stuff. And they was coming in like, can I get these? I'm like, I don't have these. They be like, man, I'm leaving here with some Kyrie's, bro. Like, let me get the black ones then. I'm like, cool. Like, he had them in a chokehold.
He had a pair that I still would get them. They like called the green lobsters.
Okay, yep.
And so the box they come in like they got them kind of wrapped how the lobster called wrapped. I would get a pair of them. It was actually they kind of up there though, but I just don't see Nike where they at. I don't see where they at on that level. Like obviously, I feel like Adidas is they on that level right now as far as to go what they can put out as a shoe. Nike hasn't really shown me that they even on that same
care a little bit
level anymore with it. You know.
Obviously, I know you a Jordan guy, so I have to ask, why Jordan don't give his players better models, man?
Hey, man.
Like, when Russ was dropping shoes, they all look the same. The 1 through the 4 or 5, whatever number he on, they all look the same.
Yeah.
Tatum's is actually kind of fire. But, like, the Zion and the Lukas, they kind of look similar. And I'm like, Jordan ain't never going to let nobody have a better shoe than him, which is cool. Like, I wouldn't do it either. But, bro, you are Jordan, bro. You can get help. You can get him something better. And obviously, I know he ain't in the room doing the shoes, but it's like.
I mean, I feel like that's the hard thing, too, is like, when something is great, you want that forever. And I feel like that era of Jordan and like Tinker Hatfield, like the designs and like the way everything came out, it wasn't something like how we kind of expect that now. That wasn't expected. It just came about. You know what I mean? Sure. And I feel like it could never be that. I mean, honestly, like. The language can be the same. So you hear like Kobe has retros, LeBron has retros. That's because of the Jordan era. But as far as it goes as the designs and just the height of all of that, I feel like that could never happen again. So like I don't know if you listen to one of my favorite podcasts to listen to is Knuckleheads with Q Rich and Darius Miles, man. And they was like one of the players, like one of the original Jordan brand, and they talk about so many times the retros that they was getting in different colorways. They own PEs, Mike Bibby too.
Mike Bibby is crazy.
Crazy.
Well, y'all was just crazy too.
Yeah, I've heard all the stories about them, and it's like they were blessed to be a part of that because you're just not gonna get this. Like you're not. I'll be looking at Jason Tatum shoes. I'll be looking at Luka shoes. I'll be looking at Zion shoes. I've looked at all them Westbrook shoes. And that's all I have done was look because I would never buy a pair. Not no shade.
The Tatums is like the best one.
Yeah. I seen somebody with some Tatums at my job. They actually look.
Juwan got a pair of the Tatums, so I seen them in person.
Yeah.
They're legit. But it's like you said, man, you're not gonna get that. Like when these dropped, when they was like coming out back then, they was like, I gotta get the J's. And now it's like we're not even hooping in the J's no more because they're not even for performance no more. They strictly for off the court.
Yeah, I think who said that? Was that Jalen Brunson that said like the Kobe's is like the new Mike?
Yeah,
which is true. I feel like because I see so many people hooping in the Bruce Lee Kobe's and the Grinches and all of that, and that's just like back in the day where everybody be hooping in the 12s or the 13s or some 11s. So
what was your favorite Jordan hooping?
Favorite Jordan hooping, I gotta say, was the 12s. I think when you first seen me, I was hooping out in the park. I might have had some 12s on. I had like these black and blue 12s.
Let me tell y'all, bro. Move over. We live in the same complex. We're not in the same building, but we had a basketball court, half court, and it was full court before I got there, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I first moved, that's how they sold me on it. It was full court. We moved over there. They cut half of the court off. I'm like, y'all.
They ain't even putting that over there. It was just grass. Like they could have kept the full court.
You see how they do it.
But I move over there. I'm over to shooting. I'm like, man, it's kind of boring, like out here by yourself. But I'm like, 6th grade, 7th grade, so it was like I'm outside hooping. Then I hear somebody dribbling the ball over. I'm like, hold on, we got another hooper. We shooting on the rim. We kind of look at each other like, whatever. And you want to play one-on-one? I'm not realizing that when he go into his defensive stand, his arm is from here to there, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. He like KG for real. Who your favorite player? Who your favorite player? I'm like, nah, bro. You play defense like KG.
Hey, you just made me really think, man. to be honest, man, if you don't mind it, I really want to just show a lot of love to people that I grew up with that I thought was phenomenal hoopers growing up.
For sure.
That don't really have. Maybe people might not know, but you know, if you was around at that time, you know, man.
Yeah, I can think of a few right off top.
You
so
know
go
what I'm
ahead,
saying? So definitely, I got to give a shout out to Case River, man. You know, Case.
That's my cousin. He was out there. He was. I ain't even gonna get to it, but man, he was nice since we was
Case
4.
was one of the like. I remember, man. It was at you know the Bryant tournaments, right?
Yep.
It was a tournament, bruh. We had, I think we only had 4 people on our team. We didn't have a full team. So then Case wasn't on our team, but he was like, you know, hey, you trying to play? Man, Case came, bruh, and carried that team, bruh. And it was only 5 of us who played a full team of 5.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I went to hoop with Case when I was like 6th grade, 7th grade. You know, he was the king of like the coaches always say, don't jump to make your pass. But like my hang time to make a layup, like I still have it. Like I'll be up there and people on their way down. Like Case should jump at the 3-point line, look this way, pause, and go, I don't like what's over here, and just Naj AKA over there. And it'd be right on target.
Yeah, that joint be hard.
But bro, I was like, I ain't started hooping.
Too.
Yes, I hadn't started hooping under a team yet. And we up there at MOK just running. And he jump. I'm like, oh, that ball ain't coming to me. He was like, you gotta be ready for that. Bro, you throwing no look dimes. I'm like, bro, I don't know nothing, but yeah, keep going.
I definitely gotta give a shout out, man. You know, long live BJ, man. John was
like that.
Just tough, man. The first time I ever seen BJ hoop, man, it was I played for MOK and he played at Shepherd.
Yep.
And so I remember, man, we had a game there and I seen him and he was like, I was usually the biggest dude on the court most of the time. I just happened to be super tall when I was young. But then I seen him, he like my size, you know, my height, but he had a little more muscle to him.
You know who he remind me of?
Who?
Hayalo.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's how he was built. That's how he's built.
He was
like
strong. Yeah, he was nice, man. I remember our freshman game, our freshman year, he played varsity. And the first game he ever had, when he first got in the game, first possession, first play was against Matamida. He made this boy fall. And the gym went crazy. And I'm like, man, these days.
Was that home or away?
No, he was home. He was at Como. Yeah.
Took the gym up first play.
Yeah, I remember that, man. So, yeah, BJ for sure. Man, I want to give a shout out to my homie Quan. Quan was like, Quan had developed like one of the best jumpers I ever seen. Like, he could shoot that joint from far. He had the speed, he had the ball handle. But man, his jumper to me was so pure. Vaughn definitely was nice with the rock. He had that quick, man. He had such a quick crossover. Like he changed speed so quick. I done seen him drop a lot of people. Man, I gotta give a shout out to Nick. Man, Nick Anderson was like, he played for River City. A lot of times I see him with AAU, man. He was like one of the greatest passers, facilitators I ever seen. So young. You know what I mean? Lethal, like no look passes, full court passes.
And it was on target.
You know what I'm saying? And crazy, another person like that too was Kahari Kirkland. He had the Dons too, and I think he used to play QB for Jimmy Lee back in the day.
So he already had the vision and everything.
So seeing him, he definitely had that. It was another dude too, man. His name is Jake. I actually seen him at the shop when I was cutting. He was in there, man. I had to give him his love, his flowers, man, because he was like actually the first dude I seen that was a couple years younger than me or older than me. And I was like, man, who is this dude? Like, he's nasty. Like, he had the crossover. He could score. He could shoot. But it was the crossover, bro. I was seeing him cross so many kids. And it was like, this was all in a time where we didn't have, like, ball is life. Or, like, now you got the class of 2032.
I say that all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like, if Case and them would have been able to get that way,
yeah,
would have been a lot of people on a lot of tapes out here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But it's so many people, man. But another person, I got 2 more.
Yep.
I gotta give a shout out to Mikhail, man. He definitely was a nice guard too, man. Quick with it, could score. He was small, but he could score on anybody. And then I gotta give it to Q, Quashim, man.
I was just about to say, y'all was cheating. Like, I was at the school, but I wasn't hooping. I didn't start hooping until y'all left. That was 8th grade was the first time I got on the team.
Yeah.
So my 7th grade year, I'm going in there and watch y'all hoop. And I'm like, bro, there's people that I know that are nice that are sitting on the bench because y'all had
Oh, you talking about Murray?
teams. Yeah.
Murray was crazy,
bro. So it was just like
crazy.
I'm sitting here like, man, they are cheating.
Yeah,
and then everybody, split up. Some with the Tartan, some with the Johnson, some with the Como.
Yeah.
But I just always thought like, bro.
Yeah, I gotta tell the story. So we used to play. There was this team that, and if I left people out, man, don't take it to heart, man, because it's a lot of hoopers, man. But I had a homie named Jerry, and we had started this AAU team on the east side. We was just grabbing whoever wanted to play. And this is kind of where I started to realize I didn't have that same passion for basketball or level of work ethic. So I remember we used to be at practice sometimes bullshitting around. And I remember like me and Kwashim would be at practice and like the way he played defense, the way he go hard. And he was always like that. And so I'd be like, man, like, damn, this nigga work hard. Like, this nigga, I'm just playing around. But he just real with the work ethic. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I definitely admire about, him. And just even when you see him today, how he moving, man. He was always like that.
Yeah,
and I remember when he was Murray Junior High, man, he used to be the candy man out there, man. But you come to Q, you come.
That's how Brian used to be. That's how K-Star brother Brian used to be, man. We used to walk through high school, and Brian got a backpack, no pencil, no notebook, nothing. I'd be like, bro, what class you on? I'm about to get this money. I'm like, what? The bell ring, he opens the bag. I got hot Cheetos, I got Pringles, I got Snickers. You gonna figure out how to get to the money, and that's how Q is.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of hoopers in that time, just growing up. I'm talking about just in that age bracket. It's obviously you got like Jalen Suggs and them.
Yeah, for
sure. Got you got Royce Wright, you got Rodney, you got a lot of different people. But like
in that
age group, man, it was a lot of hoopers, man. That I feel like if we had social media like we had today, they'll be easily out there too.
Like I wish people had tapes of it, especially since I do the editing and stuff now. I wish people had tapes from back then, and I would just put a tape together. I wouldn't even give it to Ball's Life or nothing because obviously it wouldn't do nothing for them now.
Yeah.
But like a lot of time when you talking to people and you bring up how cold Case was, they be like, Case wasn't a scorer like that. I was like, man, Case should go get a bucket. He had the vision, and he just was like, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So diving on the ball, whatever, and then his big brother Denzel was the same way.
Yeah.
I was just like, bro, y'all sleeping on them, and like you said, Q. I played against Q twice, I think, in my high school career. And Q, like you said, he paid the passing lanes nice.
And on defense.
Yeah, that's what he prided himself on. Like, y'all not about to come out here and give me 30. I might not give y'all 30, but y'all not giving me 30. I'm not doing it. So yeah, I really do miss when we used to. Now they don't hoop outside. I don't hoop outside, but I'm saying like kids don't hoop outside.
Yeah.
But like our age group, when we used to Northdale, Jimmy Lee, wherever, it was real hoopers. It was like 12 hoopers in there. Whether it was Malik Menifee, Malik Curtis. Like when Curtis used to hoop, he used to have a crossover too. Mitch, Rayon, like my grade was like that too. We had Rayon, me, Mitch, Daryl, Uncle Mustafa. Like I miss those days. Now we ain't hooping like that no more. I mean, I still do, but when's the last time you picked up a basketball?
Yeah. I think the last time I hooped
when you put up on us outside.
Oh, was it outside? It was that one gym we had went to. Was it LA Fitness or something like that?
Oh, yep. After the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I remember when you put up by Stephen M. Old House at that park. You had a knee brace on.
Oh, maybe then too. But that was like the last time I remember running on the full court, which is crazy because back then I never thought I would not play basketball. Believe it or not, man, I feel like I was definitely nice. I feel like for me, I just kind of got put in that box because I was always the bigger kid, so they just centered me. It wasn't like positionless basketball, but like I remember my early days, like I just had like a natural nice finger roll. I can naturally rebound, had a natural mid range, and so like it's a lot of things that I wish that I could have developed and took a more serious lane. Yeah, but it's all love, man.
I think it also be some coaching.
I ain't gonna.
No, not saying in your situation, but I'm saying like since you were taught, they just like guard.
It was a different time.
You're a center.
Yeah, it was.
And you're like, bro, I'm really supposed to be.
If I was a kid now, they'd be like, you can play in point guard and you're the tallest kid on the team, but we know how you bring up the call. There was a coach like that. I ain't, that's how he was. Like he can know based off your height, like, okay, you have potential to be this. I'm gonna, even if you don't play this position regularly, I think you can play this position because this is gonna help you develop. I had one coach like that, but you know, it was just a different time, man. You know, now it's like positionless basketball for sure. But back then, if you was tall, you gonna have to play that center.
I'm happy they never put me in that. I was trying to shoot that one.
No, you was trying to shoot, man.
My favorite player, Kobe.
Shoot.
What are you shooting? Post what?
81 a game. What's the 81 a game?
I wasn't putting up 44 shots, though. Like, DeJounte Murray a few weeks ago said it, and he was like, Kobe would have been proud of me. I ain't shoot 44 times, but man, bro, like, if I could, if I could, I would. Yeah, man, so, yeah, 44 times is crazy. I ain't mad at it, though. When Kobe was putting up 44 shots, though, he was on the team with Kwame Brown.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, man, and I feel like touching on this is tough because, you know, obviously it's all love and respect for Kobe. Yeah. But sometimes at night, I be rewatching, like, classic games, right?
Oh, yeah, he was not passing.
I was that 81 game, bro.
Hey, bro, Kobe my favorite player. Even when people talk about now, I be like, all I say is Kobe is like number 6, or he the number 1 all-time assist leader at shooting guard.
Bro.
He like number 34 all time. But he said it himself, I'm a shooting guard, not a passing guard.
But I'm saying, bro, watching that game is like me playing my career.
Oh, yeah, he's shooting over 2. Yeah, he's shooting over 2.
Bro, he was not. It was like, in the I ain't gonna lie, the commentators was hating on Kobe that whole game. I peeped it. I'm like, damn, he had a lot of hate. But he was not, bro, he was like,
Kobe, I remember Kobe said, why would I pass it to you? And you ain't work as hard as me.
Man, his philosophy was different. I ain't gonna lie. You know, he did his thing. You know, Kobe a legend for sure. But I know if I was on that team, especially that night when he hit that 81, them first 3 quarters before you really start going off, I'm like, bruh.
I want to practice with you too, bro. Let me touch the ball, bro. I'll pass it back, man.
He had Lamar Odom on the squad with him, man.
That is hilarious, man.
Man, all love, bro. It's all love.
Kobe my GOAT. But you got to be honest sometimes, like, Kobe, you wasn't passing that ball, bro. But, I mean, who was going to pass the ball to at that time?
Lamar Odom.
I don't even know if Lamar Odom was, like, remember, he was starting and stuff, but he wasn't the Lamar Odom before that. Until Powell got there, and then that's when he 2 years, 6 man, whatever.
Because he couldn't be. Because he didn't get the ball. Be getting the ball every time. He didn't even get a chance to really.
Yeah, because he had some wiggle to him. Yeah, he had some wiggle to him. So, man, before we get up out of here, I see 5 J's here. Usually, I tell people to rank them, but I feel like it might be whether it's a long story, a short story, a story about some of these. You ain't gotta give us a story about all 5, but about 2 or 3, just give us a story about them, why you got them, what made you want to have them, or I know you already told us this was your favorite, so
yeah, I'm gonna say, like, obviously, I'm gonna say number 1 for sure.
Yep,
is the Space Jam, and I don't even know I just started calling Space Jam now because they call them that, but like I just remember seeing these in Space Jam.
Yep,
and these always been for me.
Jordan Space Jam or LeBron Space Jam?
Oh, come on, man.
They should have given LeBron his own movie, but that's for another.
Yeah. So yeah, I gotta get these joints for sure. Then I got the He Got Game. This is another movie joint. You know, I didn't even watch the movie when it first came out. I didn't know about it till I was like maybe 7th, 8th grade. Yep. And rewatched it again, watching Ray Allen and Denzel Washington do their thing. Spike Lee joint for sure. He Got Game 13 is definitely lit for sure. Man. Then I gotta go with these Raptor 7s. I like these because you see, like, inside, this is what I was talking about. So the DMP packs.
Oh, okay, yep.
And how many points you scored.
Yep, 54 points. Yep. March 4th.
No. A 64.
Oh, 64. I couldn't see the one that came up there.
Yeah, but I like these over the original. Like, these ain't the original Raptor 7 design. But I just like, this kind of like a remake to them. I just like how these look better than the other ones. You know what I mean? Obviously, the Bread 11s, these is obviously, we know Mike did great things in these. And I just had these. I had these when I was young. So I was like, some of these I just had to get them again. You know what I mean?
That's how it was when I was you get a shoe when you like 4 years old, and obviously you grow out of them. You like, I remember I had those. What was the name of them? I know what they look like. It was a Jordan 11. Now you older, you like, let me grab them again.
And then, You gotta get some off-white joints if you can.
Yep.
To me, these is the best pair of off-white Jordans. I like these over the off-white ones and all of that. Like I really like fives. I like the metallic fives. So I feel like this is like a beautiful remake of the metallic fives.
Those in the I think they're the sales. They came out for women.
Oh yeah. All the white
favorite,
with kind of like blue at the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite
yeah, man. I think these joints is very beautiful. I don't know if I would ever wear these unless I don't know. Some shoes I don't know how to wear them, so I just like to look at them. You know what I mean? So
that is okay because he's not buying them to resell them for $7,000.
Yeah, I'm not. Nah, I was trying to sell these shoes, but I'm done trying to sell.
It's over with.
I'm done. Yeah.
Nah. Keep them. Appreciate them. Do what you want with them.
That part.
How you store yours? You keep the boxes. You get them in containers. How you do yours? You keep an original box?
I keep the original box.
Oh, okay.
Just because I like, especially like how like they've been kind of doing like the original boxing.
Yep.
So I like to keep them for sure. I do got one more gem though. Just some funny, and it's like I always thought about this. Like if I had, I was doing a rap. If I had made it to that level and I did an interview with Narwhal or something, this is one of them things where if he brought it up, I'd be like, "Yo, how you know that? You know how people be looking at him like, yo, who is you?
How you know all that?" Yeah.
So this like Murray era, and we talk about rap and shoes, right? And it was like a time where like the Jordans was like, it's too expensive for mom. So I'm like, I gotta find something else that looked nice. So I started wearing, Zoomies was a big store at that time, 2007. So I started wearing DCs.
Okay.
And man, I remember we started this group called the DC Boys. And we had a MySpace rap page, man. I'm not gonna name the members because it's just one of them gems. But if you a member, you know. So shout out to the DC Boys, man. You feel me?
That's funny, man. So, me, my brother, I appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it for like 2 years now, like I said. Talk shoes, talk sports, talk music. Appreciate you, my boy.
Love always.
Y'all know it's Nick.
Yes, sir.
Hey.